Well, everyone, we end the course with one of my favorite sections of one of my favorite books. This is from Plato's Republic, which is a dialogue, very long dialogue written by Plato in about 400 BC, let's say. So it's ancient Greek philosophy. Very long dialogue about justice and about politics and about a lot of other things. But the central idea is the question of justice. And this is one of the most interesting parts of it, where a friend of Socrates, his name is Glaucon, proposes certain things to Socrates. It is a dialogue, right? So Glaucon, here you can see him. That's to indicate that what follows here is him speaking, and Socrates, what follows him here is him speaking back to Glaucon. Most of it is Glaucon setting out this thing that he wants to challenge Socrates with. The background is that Socrates has just tried to refute somebody named Thrasymachus, who proposed some very provocative theses about what justice is and whether one should be just or not. And Glaucon is following up on Thrasymachus's ideas and is really trying to challenge Socrates and the rest of the book, which is, again, a very long dialogue of Plato's. The rest of the book is really Socrates trying to rise to this challenge that comes from Glaucon about the nature of justice and really the question about whether we should be just. And as far as looking at it in terms of trying to figure out the argument here, and we are really focusing on Glaucon's argument about justice, he tells you right in the beginning, what he will be doing, what he will be trying to prove. So right here, first, I will speak of the nature and origin of justice, according to the common view of them. So first, an argument about the nature of justice and where it comes from. Secondly, I will show that all men who practice justice do so against their will, of necessity, but not as a good. So secondly, that when we are just, we are just against our will, involuntarily. And thirdly, he says, I will argue that there is reason in this view. There's a good reason to only be just involuntarily. And that is, the life of the unjust is, after all, better far than the life of the just. And then he says, well, I'm not saying I actually believe these things, but these things are ideas a lot of people do believe, and let me set them out there for you. So as far as like looking in the rest of it for, what is he doing argumentatively? What is he doing logically? Well, he sets out his three theses that he will be arguing for. So he pretty much tells us what the conclusions of these little arguments he will put out are, and then we sort of look for what he actually says in support of them.